over to, we'll start with Dan. Talk about some of your experiences and what you learned from them, how you got better from them. And also, too, don't forget to share, like, hey, what was hard? What challenged me? What was difficult? What took some time to learn from?
Sure. Thanks for those definitions too. It really helps kind of, I guess, formulate or build a picture about to what I'm going to say. But I think for me, it's been a long road to recovery, and this road isn't there. It really isn't an end point to this road because it's life's journey. But one of the biggest challenges up front when, as far as going through a traumatic event, was the acceptance piece. I think what it really came down to at the very early stages of post-traumatic event was that acceptance, the positive attitude of knowing that life is going to continue regardless of what this new reality is, but then accepting that reality, that the fact that it happened, and whatever the results were of that traumatic event, they happen, they exist. It's now part of this life, and that was it for me. I mean, the obvious one is a loss of a left arm. So that was, I think, the first thought of after a traumatic event was, well, I guess for any traumatic event, it's like, how am I going to go on like this now? You have all the what ifs. Why me? Why now? But what really took it over. What was the tipping point for me was just the support, the people around me, and just once I was able to accept that reality and share some of the story of what happened, and find out, oh my gosh, well, there's other people who've been through traumatic events like me, and they have their own stories that relate. Then we're able to just kind of grow with each other. But the biggest tipping point was once I was able to get that point of wanting to be ready and wanting to live with at least a positive attitude. I just found the positive outlets. Or in the early stages of going through rehabilitation recovery, there were points where I would drink. I would want to get drunk till I blacked out, just to forget or not think or not question or not even miss the people I love most, all my buddies, all my friends. So all that. So anyways, it was positive outlets. And for me, I just been fortunate enough to get involved with a couple of groups who have adaptive sports organizations. So they take not only veterans, but all people with disabilities. We have civilian adult programs and youth programs, but we use sports as a way to live a happy and meaningful life. So that was it for me. But of course, with the growth part, it's just every day. I think the more we learn about it and see others do it, it gives us, I guess, that a little bit of excitement or energy to want to do it again. It's that whole motivation, what motivates us to get up, what motivates you guys to wake up, put on that uniform every day. So it's just finding that, but a lot of it comes with support structure. I'll pass it on.
Yeah, that's some good stuff there. And like, you talk about the sports and like working with the community. That's one of the things that gets highlighted a lot. Different things to read, different books, different thoughts and perspectives. Is service to community. Viktor Frankl talks about it, and I'm kind of stealing my own thunder, I guess. But Viktor Frankl talks about it in his book with this idea he calls logotherapy, with helping people to get past like depression and dealing with struggles. And he talks about how these people who may not be the richest people, they may not have the most, but they have enough, right? And they're living, at least they're not starving. They have enough food, they have enough water, they have shelter, they have clothes, but they're still not happy, right? They're depressed. And how do they find a way to not be depressed that doesn't involve pharmaceuticals? And one of the number one things he recommends to them is to find somebody who cannot return any services, right? They go find somebody who you can do something for, who can never repay you for what you do for them. And every single person who went and did that reported like absolutely positive results every single time. It was like nearly unanimous. And I think what that comes back to is like community service, right? Do something for people, and you'll find it pays you dividends in your own mental health and your own well-being, and it connects you to your community on top of that. So it's like it's just hitting so many different targets all at the same time, and just it's connecting you, it's making you feel better about yourself, and it just makes your whole outlook better, I think. And all, like, I think about my time at Boy Scouts and running around back home, and how awesome that was to have that community. So I feel like I'm stealing the mic too much in case anybody else got anything else.
Hey, can I jump in on something that Dan said about the peer support aspect of it? I was listening just by chance today, Josh Goldberg, who one of the co-founders for Struggle Well, and talks a lot about this idea of having rapport with the clinician. That was something that was missing, and I experienced that myself. You know, talking to somebody about your experience, and a clinician, a mental health professional, and they're like, "Wow, EOD must be really interesting." You're like, wait a minute, I'm here to talk about like my struggle, not how impressed you are with my story. So we just didn't connect. And Josh was saying that, you know, this phrase, same mud, same blood, came up, you know, like that's why the peer support stuff is so important, because people can actually relate to you. You have a rapport with people and you feel comfortable sharing and taking in information as well as giving information.
Hey, Jerb, I love that you hit on that point, because of the fact that this isn't just an EOD thing. This is a every person, every walk of life type of thing. We all experience some type of trauma, and that's why when I'm speaking today, just to forewarn you guys, I'm going to just say it out in broader context of everybody that we know in our lives. You know, we all go through it. So I appreciate that point. That was a good one. Oh, the other thing about being an EOD guy, sorry, I don't know how to keep going, but a lot of people like just like suspect, okay, well, you're just a crazy EOD guy. You just, you know, get through it. But what I actually found out for me, the reason why community is so important to me, and why one of my positive outlets have been serving others, and you hit it as far as what Viktor Frankl said, of just serving somebody and not expecting anything back. Well, I do it all day, every day. I work with veterans over the last 10 years, and I don't expect anything back from, just maybe hope that they get a little bit of motivation to keep moving forward. But anyways, the point I was going to make is that being an EOD guy, the reason why it feels so good to do this type of work, because it goes back down to that principle of what an EOD tech does: protect lives, save lives, and building property, all that. So I just feel like it's still fulfilling that mission of what I'm doing now, what I've done over the last 10 years to help veterans. It still feels like, you know, rendering safe with IED, something like that. You get that bit of gratitude. So that's where that motivation comes from.
Yeah, and I think that's an awesome point to make, and it also has a good translation too. To just like you said, you just want to help people when it comes down to it, right? Now, like the technical details of what that is, like, am I disarming an IED, or am I helping this veteran navigate the VA, right? Like, those are two very wildly different things in a lot of ways, but at the same time, we care about people, right? And like, it's not just us EOD guys, it's everybody. It's American citizens. You know, we're hoping, like, care about each other enough. Hey, let's take care of each other, right? Let's do this. And you know, but as veterans, we kind of get that beat into our head, which is a good thing, and it's a great thing. And you know, maybe we can help you know, bridge that gap, like I was kind of talking about earlier, by doing that. And it's not just like, maybe you can volunteer with a Boy Scout troop or something like that. You know, some things to think about. But you know, because maybe I'm projecting a little bit, because I can't wait to get back to my hometown and do that, because I grew up in the Boy Scouts, because I'm a nerd.
I'm ready for you to come back to the States, man. I want to do some of that Pennsylvania fishing you guys do out there.
Dude, I'm gonna get you out in the Pine Creek. We'll do some fly fishing.